What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Vision Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, today we are going to finally start talking about Rising or Guardians Rising, the new set from Pokemon is the Sun and Moon Guardians Rising. And what I did instead of me just like giving my top 10, I actually took like a community vote on a bunch of different websites. You can see my papers right here. I literally wrote all the Pokemon and their suggestions and all the different tallies, and figured out the top 10 list community-wise, like the most top 10 hyped cards for Sun and Moon Guardian Horizons. We did this for Sun and Moon as well, if I remember correctly, and I think I'm gonna keep doing this because it's cool to see what the community thinks and what their top 10 are, instead of just one person. So as a community, we have decided what the top 10 is. This is why you need to find the Facebook page, which is down below. So that way, when I leave these kind of stuff, you can interact and put your own input into this into this thing. And let me know if I missed any cards that you want to see. I mean, there's a ton of votes. I mean, the overall vote had 36. Like the number one had 36 votes for it. So a lot of people did interact with this for sure, and we have a lot of input for this. So make sure you go follow the Facebook page. That was the main one that we used. There's other ways as well. There's different Pokemon groups. There's Reddit. There's a lot of different things I did take into this vote. So at we actually start with the number 11 because this was a three-way tie for 11 votes. So for the three-way tie, we're going to start at number 11. Might as well get in here since it did get 11 votes like everybody else did. And then it's going to be Lycanroc GX. Now, Lycanroc GX was a promo before this. It has the ability of Bloodthirsty Eyes. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may switch your opponent's bench Pokemon with their Act Pokemon, which could partner very well with the old promo Lycanroc. You can bring up whoever you want. You may switch, one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, they're active. So you can switch to the active and discard the energies that way if you don't have access to a Lycan, which is really nice. Be a 1F probably in the Lycanroc deck if you do like enjoying that. Claw Slash 110 and Dangerous Rogue 50. And it does this attack does 50 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So yeah, if they have a full bench of 5, you can do Dangerous Rogue for 250, and that's where the Lycanroc deck is going to increase, because you're able to knock out their only Pokemon with energy and disrupt them a lot. Because the thing with the promo Lycanroc GX, it really doesn't take knockouts too well. We still have Claw Slash is 110. The promo is not too well. I mean, it does discard energies. That's probably about it. But yeah, another 11 spot. It's gonna be Lycanroc. The number 10 spot is actually gonna be Rescue Stretcher. It's gonna be our first item card. There's gonna be a couple here in the list that they did. There's a lot of good items in the set. There's a lot that didn't make the list as well. There's a lot of cards that did get some votes for sure. But Rescue Stretcher, it's another another item card that has 2 picks, which is really nice to see. Give you like whatever you want to do kind of choice. But put a Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, or shuffle 3 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. And the main way we get back Pokemon right now is through Super Rod. But now you can put a Pokemon into your hand, which is really cool. You can get back Shaymin's, Hoopas, Dragonites, and reuse their abilities. But now you can also shuffle 3 Pokemon you discard pile back in your deck. So it's like a Revive, and a Super Rod had like a baby, and now it's Rescue Stretcher. So really cool item card. I'm excited to see this in Rayquaza decks and stuff like that. Really rely on getting stuff in your discard pile. It is gonna be really nice to just grab a Dragonite and then get more Pokemon in your discard pile. It's gonna be really, really good to see in this format. So that's 11, 10. It's gonna be number 9. It's gonna be Turtonator GX, a fire Pokemon, new fire Pokemon. And finally, Volcanion will have a new friend besides Salamence. 190 HP. It has Shell Trap 20. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon is damaged by an attack. Even if that Pokemon is knocked out, put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. It's really weird that they decided to do 8. I don't know why they did that. Since I don't know the math. I guess it does 100 damage, and then you could do another Shell Trap plus that, and then I don't know. Shell Trap's not really that good, but Bright Flame is 160. Discard 2 fire energy from this Pokemon, so you can kind of use that with Volcanion. If you can discard enough energies, Bright Flame does give you the access of hitting a ton of damage if needed, which is really nice. And Nitro Tank GX. So now fire Pokemon do have a GX that they can use besides Tauros, and it's attached 5 energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. It's like a super Volcanion. Just Nitro Tank, get all your fighter energies back into play, putting any way you like. So you can power multiple Volcanions, multiple Turtonators if you want to go that way. It's gonna be a really, really good card for a fire Pokemon to just be able to energy accelerate. Especially with 1 fire energy, you can Ultra Ball, discard 2 fires, you can Scorched Earth, you can Steam Up if you want to. There's a ton of different ways to discard energies. Then you use Nitro Tank to get 5 energies out, which basically powers up 2 Volcanions, which is really good to see. And this is going to be playing a Volcanion, I promise you that. All right, so let me make sure I did the math right. There is 11, 10, 9, and at number 8, we have a Alolan Ninetales. So I know a lot of people love Ninetales. Water, which is, it's a Alolan, so we'll allow it. Ice Blade, this attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Blizzard Edge, 160, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon, and Ice Path GX. Move all damage counter from this Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. It's weird that that's the GX because it's definitely like a Mewtwo's attack that we already have before. A lot of people are happy for a Alolan Ninetales. I guess it's a big tank. It can't be really knocked out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like this card too much. It's done well in like Japan, supposedly, and stuff like that to counter Volcanion because Volcanion is probably. I imagine Volcanion is really good now with the Turtonator. You just get a bunch of energies out and you're good to go. And Ninetales can counter that, which is really cool to see. You just need like, but the only downside is like you have Blizzard Edge, which you discard the water energies. We'll talk about later how you can get your water energies back, and it does have a new friend in this new set that makes Alolan Ninetales a little good. You can put some more cards on it as well to do more damage, and we'll go over that later. There's a lot of cards that are going to go well with Alolan Ninetales to power it up for sure. So next up is going to be Tapu Koko, the first Tapu in the list. It has the Arrow Trail. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench just during your turn, you may move any number of light energy from your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. If you do, switch this Pokemon through active Pokemon. So basically, you put it down, you switch with the active, move all the energy to it, and you keep doing this over and over. Skyhawk Claws does 130, and then Tapu Thunder. This attack does 50 damage times the amount of energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. The real thing here is going to be Skyhawk Claws. Try to combo that over and over again with the Tapu Kokos. Be really interesting to see how we're going to do that, how we're going to pick up Tapu Kokos and reuse them over and over again, and just keep doing Skyhawk Claws. If he's almost knocked out, you can put another one down, switch to the active, maybe Max Potion, maybe Ninja Boy back into your deck. There's some stuff that you can use. For Tapu Koko, and I'm excited. One of the first legendaries that we'll see of this set. Next up is going to be Sylveon GX. Eevee does get a new friend, and I think this is really good, especially with the Eevee we have now that can let you evolve automatically by putting a fairy on Eevee, and you can use Magical Ribbon, which is a great turn 1 attack. Search your deck for up to 3 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So any 3 cards, we know how good Talonflame was, and now we can do this turn 1 very easy. Get 3 cards out of your deck. I mean, your opponent can end a way, unfortunately, but puts a lot of pressure on your opponent for sure if they do not end it. Fairy Wind is 110, and Plea GX. Now, this is where this card is like kind of crazy. If your opponent like doesn't put down another Pokemon, put 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and all cards attached to them into your opponent's hand. You can't use more than GX per game. So you can't put the active away, but you can still put the bench Pokemon away. So your opponent is like careless and has like 2 bench Pokemon with a ton of energy. You can just swoop them back in the deck, which is crazy. And I get to decide. Your opponent doesn't get to decide. You get to decide what 2 Pokemon will go in there, and that's what's going to make Sylveon really good. You can play this like Crushing Hammers and discard some energies off the active, and then use Plea, get those energies out of the discard pile into their deck, and then start using Fairy Wind and maybe just sweep from there. So Sylveon, it's going to be a played card for sure. Not sure how we're going to play it. I do think it's going to be like Crushing Hammers and Team Flare Grunts, and then you swoop the bench Pokemon away with the energies, and you kind of just win from there. And it does have Dark Resistance. Against Volcanion, you can sweep up the Volcanions that have all those energies on it. So a really good card overall, I think, for sure. Next up is going to be Garbodor, which is one of my favorite cards from the set because it has the attack Trash and Lance. This attack does 20 damage for each item card in your opponent's discard pile. Alright, so this, at first, like, that doesn't seem very strong. But you gotta think of all the item cards you play, like Ultra Ball, VS Seeker, Trainer's Mail, Level Ball, Nest Ball, all these cards are all item cards. And right now we play like a 4 of Ultra Ball, 4 of VS Seeker. Some people play 4 of Trainer's Mail. So that's 4, 8, 12. That's 12. So that's 240 that you can do if your opponent puts a bunch of cards in there. And it only needs a Psychic Energy. So Mewtwo, of course, gains a new friend. I mean, Mewtwo already played Garbodor. But now you have another Garbodor that you can use in your Mewtwo deck just to make it even stronger. Garbodor is going to be really think a fantastic card. It is going to punch a lot of people if they do use a bunch of item cards, and I'm excited to see what Mewtwo Garbodor is going to do, and what else will Garbodor be paired with. I mean, obviously you can use both of them and to shut down abilities, and then you can use Trash Lynch as your main attacker, and it's going to be really cool to see. You do have Acid Spray, flip a coin of heads, discard energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, which is still, somewhat good if you have like Crush Neighbors and Team Flare Grunts. Next up is going to be Choice Band. Choice Band says what's going to power up a bunch of Pokemon now. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, GX or EX. So now you could do 30 more damage to the GXs or EXs. And like I said with Ninetales, you do 160, but now with this card, you could do 190 and start taking knockouts on a bunch of Pokemon. And the big question is this going to take over Fighting Fear Belt? Will Choice Band be better? I think it is. I think Choice Band is an obvious better choice. I mean, the increase HP does seem really nice, but man, I think people are going to eyeball that plus 30 damage and be like, that's really good. But yeah, Choice Band is going to change the meta for sure. Just having people do 30 more damage to GX or EXs, it's going to be crazy, and you're going to see numbers come out of nowhere. Instead of plus 10, we're going to have a plus 30. Just think about that. Next up, let's see. So that was number 8. Number 9 is going to be Aqua Patch. Now, I know a lot of people are excited about this card. We talk about Alolan Ninetales have to discard energies once you attack, but now with Aqua Patch, you can attach a Water Energy from your discard pile to one of your bench water Pokemon, and with Manaphy, you have for your treat. You can switch out the active Alolan Ninetales. If you look back at the other Ninetales, it does need 3 energies to attack, so when you discard 2, you still have 1 left, so you can use Manaphy and move it to your bench, and then Aqua Patch and attach, and maybe Max Elixir, and you can start streamlining these Ninetales, and that's where it's gonna shine, and that's when the Ninetales are gonna be good. And combine this with Choice Band, it's gonna be a really strong deck. I mean, Lapras is gonna be a lot better with Aqua Patch and Choice Band. And these cards are gonna be broken for water decks, and I'm excited to see a new, a new kind of deck emerge. I mean, the last time we had Water was, I guess Water has been gone for too long. Greninja was played this year, and has died off since then, but now Aqua Patch will come back, and I think will change the, it's going to, it's not maybe, it is going to change the meta for sure, and I'm excited to see what Aqua Patch does. Just like Dark Patch dominated the format for like 3 or 4 years, and the same thing will happen with Aqua Patch. Now, the number 9 spot or 10 spot is Field Blower, and I know a lot of people are excited for this card because we have no tool removers in the standard format. And finally, we have Rattata, that's pretty much it. But we have Field Blower now. Choose up to 2 combination of Pokemon tools and Stadium Cards in play, both yours and your opponent's, and discard them. So now you can discard Fighting Fear Belts, you can discard Choice Bands, Float Stones, Spirit Links. Field Blower is going to be a fantastic card, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this meta is going to change. Will Decidueye play a Field Blower? Remember, Decidueye play a Field Blower. I mean, if they got Garbodor on, they turned out Vileplume, and now with this, you can turn it back on, turn your Vileplume back on, you're good to go. So Field Blower, it's going to be a game-changer card, and that's why it's a number 2 spot. But overall, the number 1 spot, guys, you should know this by now. I mean, if you look at the list, it had a ton of votes. It went all the way across the list. Is going to be Tapu Lele. I know a lot of people are excited for this. It does have the Wonder Tag ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. A guaranteed supporter card with Tapu Lele, and it has a really good attack, Energy Drive. This attack does 20 damage, times the amount of energy attached to both Pokemon. It is not affected by weakness or resistance, which is sad because I was really hoping for Tapu Lele to have Psychic, to be able to hit for Psychic weakness, so we have a Mewtwo counter, but sadly, we don't. But still, really good card. I mean, it's just like Jirachi, but it has a Lugia or Mewtwo attack, whichever. I guess it's more like, I don't know. Either one's fine. Lugia or Mewtwo, you just don't hit for weakness. But still, Energy Drive, great attack. You have Tapu Cure as well if needed to heal all damage from 2 of your bench Pokemon. Maybe you're playing some kind of tank psychic deck, and Tapu Lele can help there. But the Wonder Tag is where this card is going to be able to shine. Just be able to Ultra Ball for Tapu Lele and just get a supporter card is going to be fantastic. Because there's a lot of times in games where you just Ultra Ball for Shaman, and you're like, alright, I hope I hit a supporter card for Shaman. But now with Tapu Lele, you guarantee that. And this is going to be the number 1 card. It's definitely in everybody's list as one of the best cards. Maybe not number 1, but it's definitely top 5 in like everybody's list. So there we go. There's the top 11 cards that people have chose. Maybe I did a tally of all, like, look, there's so many different things. There's a lot of different things. I'm sorry if your card did not make the list. This is Guardian Rises one more time. So Lycanroc, Rescue Stretcher, Turtonator, Alola Ninetales, Tapu Koko, Sylveon, Garbodor, Choice Band, Aqua Patch, Field Blower, and then finally is Tapu Lele. And guys, let me know if I missed any cards. There's a ton of cards in their set. I think there's like 166. There's a ton of reprints in here, like Golden DCs and Golden Grass Energies, and Decidueye Full Art's in there. There's a bunch of stuff. So if you're a collector, I feel bad for you. There's a lot of stuff you do have to collect, but it's a very fantastic set. Is it broken? I don't think so. It's definitely just a kind of game changer. Nothing is too expensive in this set. Tapu Lele is going to be the most expensive card outside of golden cards, but even then, it should only be like $20, $25. So this set's not too expensive. Don't freak out. Like I've always said to people, buy the cards you want. Like buy the Tapu Leles, buy the Ninetales, whatever you need. You're going to be good to go. A lot of these cards, like the trainer cards, are just like they're going to be easy to get. Like you see, the top four, three of them are trainer cards. So we're more excited for trainer cards. Garbodor's not a rare card. Sylveon, you know, it's going to be a dex, but it's not super big Tapu Koko. It's going to be definitely just for certain decks. Alola Ninetales, certain decks. Turtonator will play Volcanion, but it'll be a one-of. Rescue Stretcher, another item card. Lycanroc will play in Lycanroc deck. So the set's not too expensive for sure overall. It's not expensive as Royal Skies. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if I missed any cards. Hopefully I did a great job of breaking it down. Thank you to everybody who helped participate in this Sun and Moon Garden Rising's top 10 list, guys. But hit that subscribe button. Hope you have a fantastic day. Alrighty, bye.
Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our three sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.